Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive crafted especially for you Vintage Car Chronicles fans. Today we're shifting gears and zooming in on a company that's become synonymous with pushing the limits of speed and design. Koenigsegg. We're going to explore what makes these Swedish supercars so unique, from their origin story to their place in the automotive world today.
Yeah, it's fascinating how Koenigsegg, a relatively young company, has managed to capture the imagination of car enthusiasts worldwide. Their story really is a testament to the power of ambition and innovation.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. What sparked the creation of this automotive powerhouse?
Well, you might be surprised to learn that it all began with a childhood dream, inspired by a rather unexpected source, an animated film.
Really, an animated film. That's not the origin story I was expecting.
Yes, it was a Norwegian stop-motion movie called The Pinchcliffe Grand Prix. Apparently, it left a lasting impression on young Christian von Koenigsegg, who went on to found Koenigsegg Automotive in 1994, at the incredibly young age of 22.
Wow, 22. That's younger than some people are when they graduate college. I guess it's safe to say he had a clear vision from the very beginning. But starting a car company, especially one focused on high-performance supercars, can't be easy. What were some of the early challenges Koenigsegg faced?
One of the first major hurdles they encountered was an engine supply contract falling through. Instead of giving up, they decided to take a rather unconventional route for a small startup. They developed their own engine in-house.
That's a pretty bold move for a fledgling company. What drove that decision?
It really boils down to Koenigsegg's commitment to quality and control. They wanted to ensure that every component of their cars met their exacting standards. And this dedication to doing things their own way has become a hallmark of the company.
So how do they go from designing engines to actually building a car? What was the first Koenigsegg to see the light of day?
Their first prototype, the Koenigsegg CC, was unveiled at the 2000 Paris Motor Show. It was a statement of intent, a bold declaration that Koenigsegg was here to stay and shake up the supercar world.
I bet that turned some heads. Did the car world take notice?
Absolutely. They even secured their first customer, Stefan Riekman, before the car was officially launched. Talk about confidence in a brand. The first production model, the CC8S, was delivered in 2002, followed by a series of increasingly impressive cars, the CCR and the CCX, each one building upon the success of its predecessor.
So they were clearly establishing themselves as a force to be reckoned with. But were these early Koenigseggs just about looks? Or could they actually perform on the track?
Oh, they were more than capable of putting up impressive numbers. In fact, the CCR broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest production car in 2005, reaching a speed of 387.866 kilometers, or about 241 mph at the Nardo Ring in Italy.
That's incredible. They were taking on the established giants and winning. Did they hold on to that record for long?
Unfortunately, the reign was short-lived. Bugatti's Veyron snatched the title later that same year. But even though they didn't hold on to the record forever, that achievement solidified Koenigsegg's position as a serious contender in the hypercar arena.
So they had speed. But what about innovation? What were they doing to set themselves apart from the competition?
A prime example is the CC-GT, a car specifically developed for racing. Unfortunately, due to regulation changes, it never got to compete. It's one of those what could have been stories that motorsports fans still talk about today.
That's a shame. But it sounds like they didn't let that setback dampen their innovative spirit. What came next?
They shifted gears and introduced the CCXR, a car that, for its time, was revolutionary. It ran on biofuel. Demonstrating Koenigsegg's early commitment to environmental consciousness, this was back in 2007, long before green technology became a major focus for the automotive industry.
That's pretty impressive. You wouldn't typically associate high-performance supercars with environmental friendliness. It seems like they were trying to push boundaries in every direction.
Exactly. And they didn't stop there. Remember the Trevita? The car with the diamond-coated carbon fiber body.
With diamonds on a car. That sounds extravagant even for a Koenigsegg.
It was certainly a bold statement. The process of creating that finish was incredibly complex and time-consuming, which is why only 3 Trevitas were ever produced. But it perfectly illustrates Koenigsegg's drive to push the limits of what's possible, not only in terms of performance, but also in materials and design.
So we've got record-breaking speed, a biofuel-powered supercar, and a diamond-encrusted masterpiece. What came next in this evolution of pushing boundaries?
That's where the Agera line comes in. They released several variations, the RS, 1.1, RS, and Final, each one a testament to their relentless pursuit of aerodynamic excellence and power.
What made the Agera line stand out from their previous models?
The Agera RS in particular was a game changer. In 2017, it reclaimed the title of world's fastest production car, achieving an average speed of 447.19 kilometers, which is a mind-blowing 277.87 mile-hours. They conducted the tests in Nevada, on a public road no less.
Hold on, they took back the fastest car title from Bugatti, and they did it on a public road. That's a pretty big deal.
It was a defining moment for Koenigsegg. The Agera RS also set records for the fastest 0 to 400 to 0 meter-hour time and the highest speed achieved on a public road. They were on a roll, proving that they were not just a one-hit wonder.
It sounds like the Agera line cemented their place at the very top of the supercar hierarchy, but raw speed and power can only take you so far. What about the driving experience itself? Were they incorporating innovative technology into these cars as well?
Absolutely, that's where the Agera comes in. It's a hybrid hypercar that features a revolutionary single-speed transmission, providing incredibly smooth and instantaneous acceleration. Think of it as the ultimate blend of power and refinement.
That sounds almost futuristic. So we've covered the CC, the CCX, the Agera, and now the Agera. What's next for this company that seems to be constantly pushing the envelope?
Well, in recent years, they've introduced the Jesko and the Gemera, two cars that represent the present and future of Koenigsegg. They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible, both in terms of performance and technology.
I've heard some buzz about these models. What makes them so special?
The Jesko, named after Christian's father, is a true testament to the family legacy. It boasts a mind-blowing 1,600 horsepower engine, an innovative transmission called the light-speed transmission, and aerodynamics that are out of this world.
Okay, a 1,600 horsepower engine. That's just insane. What's so special about this light-speed transmission?
Imagine shifting gears in milliseconds. So fast, it's almost imperceptible. That's what this transmission delivers. It's a technological marvel designed to extract every ounce of performance from that powerful engine.
So the Jesko is clearly a beast on the track. What about the Gemera? Does it follow the same go big or go home philosophy?
The Gemera is actually a bit of a departure for Koenigsegg. It's their first four-seater designed to be more practical and comfortable while still offering incredible performance. They call it a Mega GT.
A four-seater Koenigsegg. That's not something you hear every day. So are they going for a more family-friendly approach with this one?
You could say that. It's still a hypercar, but with a focus on spaciousness and everyday usability. But don't let that fool you. The Gemera packs a punch. It's a hybrid combining a powerful three-cylinder engine with 3 electric motors.
A hybrid Koenigsegg. That's unexpected. I thought they were all about pure combustion engine power.
They are, but they're also smart enough to recognize that the future of high-performance cars likely involves some form of electrification. The Gemera is their way of embracing that future without compromising their commitment to pushing boundaries.
So they're not afraid to adapt and evolve.
Yeah.
What kind of performance numbers are we talking about with this hybrid setup?
Hold on to your hat because this one's a doozy. The Gemera boasts a combined output of 1,700 horsepower.
Yes, 1,700 horsepower. From a hybrid. That's more than the Jesko.
It is. It's a testament to Koenigsegg's engineering prowess and their ability to innovate in a rapidly changing automotive landscape.
It's clear that performance is at the core of everything Koenigsegg does. But they're not just about brute force, are they? What about their approach to design and craftsmanship?
You're right. Performance is just one part of the equation. Koenigsegg has a unique design language that's both aerodynamically efficient and visually striking. Their cars are works of art with every detail meticulously crafted.
When I think of Koenigsegg design, one of the first things that come to mind are those iconic dihedral synchrohelix actuation doors.
Right. Those doors are a statement piece. They rotate upwards and outwards like something out of a sci-fi movie. They're functional too, providing easier access to the cabin.
And let's not forget their extensive use of carbon fiber, both for its lightweight properties and its visual appeal. It seems like they're always pushing the boundaries of material science.
Absolutely. They're constantly experimenting with new materials and manufacturing techniques to achieve the perfect blend of strength, lightness, and aesthetic appeal. It's this attention to detail that sets them apart from other supercar manufacturers.
We've talked about their design, their technology, and their performance. But what about their business model? They're a relatively small company compared to some of the giants in the industry. How have they managed to achieve such success?
It's an interesting question. They've never relied on mass marketing or traditional advertising campaigns. Their success is built on exclusivity and word of mouth.
That makes sense. Their cars are so unique and visually stunning that they generate a lot of buzz organically. It's like they've created a mystique around the brand.
Exactly. It's the idea of owning something truly exceptional, something that most people can only dream of. They only produce a limited number of cars each year, which further adds to their allure.
And speaking of exclusivity, what kind of person actually buys a Koenigsegg? I mean, we're talking about cars that cost millions of dollars.
Their clientele includes car collectors, enthusiasts, and anyone who wants to own a piece of automotive history. These are people who appreciate not just speed and performance, but also the artistry and exclusivity that comes with owning a Koenigsegg.
It's like joining an exclusive club, a club where the price of admission is a seven-figure sum. But it's not just about the money, is it? There's a passion and appreciation for these cars that goes beyond their monetary value.
Absolutely. Koenigsegg owners are passionate about cars, and they see their vehicles as investments, both financially and emotionally.
One thing I've always wondered is why Koenigsegg doesn't compete in traditional motorsports like Formula One or Le Mans. With the kind of performance their cars are capable of, you'd think they'd be dominating the racing world.
It's a curious choice, isn't it? They've decided to focus on setting world records instead, which has proven to be a very effective way to build their reputation and showcase the capabilities of their cars.
It's certainly a different approach, but it seems to be working for them. They've managed to create a huge buzz without ever setting foot on a racetrack.
They're playing a different game, and they're winning. It's a testament to their unique vision and their understanding of their target audience.
We've talked about Koenigsegg's commitment to innovation, but they also seem to have a strong focus on craftsmanship. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Every Koenigsegg is meticulously hand-built with an incredible level of attention to detail. They offer a high degree of personalization for their clients, allowing them to customize everything from the paint color to the interior materials.
These aren't just cars, they're bespoke works of art.
Exactly. And that level of craftsmanship extends to their in-house manufacturing process. Unlike most car manufacturers, Koenigsegg develops and produces most of their key components themselves.
That's pretty unusual, especially for a company of their size. Why do you think they take that approach?
It gives them complete control over the quality and performance of their cars. They're not beholden to suppliers' timelines or limitations. It also allows them to innovate more freely, experimenting with new materials and technologies without having to convince a third party to take a risk.
It's impressive the level of vertical integration they've achieved. It must require a highly skilled workforce.
It does. They have a team of engineers, designers, and technicians who are all passionate about pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And because they're involved in every step of the process, they have a deep understanding of the cars they're building.
This do-it-yourself ethos seems to permeate everything Koenigsegg does. It's really a testament to their vision and their determination to do things their own way.
It's a big part of what makes them so unique in the automotive landscape. They're not just assembling cars, they're creating them from the ground up with an unwavering commitment to excellence.
This approach has certainly paid off for them. They've managed to achieve a level of success and recognition that most small car manufacturers can only dream of.
It's inspiring, really. They've shown that you don't have to be a massive corporation to achieve great things. Passion, innovation, and a relentless pursuit of excellence can take you a long way.
Well said. Now let's dive a bit deeper into some of their specific models. You mentioned the Jesko and the Gemera earlier. What else can you tell us about these technological marvels?
Let's start with the Jesko, named after Christian's father. A touching tribute to the man who inspired this incredible journey.
It seems fitting that a car named after the founder's father would be so focused on pushing the limits of performance.
Absolutely. The Jesko is an absolute beast designed to be the ultimate track weapon. It's powered by a 5.0-liter V8 engine with twin turbochargers, producing a mind-blowing 1,603 horsepower on E85 biofuel.
1,603 horsepower. That's more than some race cars.
It is. And it's not just about raw power. The engine is also incredibly efficient thanks to its advanced design and lightweight construction.
And then there's that incredible transmission, the Lightspeed transmission. Can you remind us what makes it so special?
It's a 9-speed multi-clutch transmission with 7 clutches, and it's designed to shift gears in milliseconds, providing lightning-fast gear changes that are almost imperceptible to the driver. It's a technological marvel that allows the Jesko to unleash its full potential.
So is the Jesko purely a track car, or can you actually drive it on the street?
Well, there are two variants of the Jesko, the Attack and the Absolute. The Attack is optimized for track performance, while the Absolute is designed for top speed. And both are street legal, though. I can't imagine taking something that powerful out for a casual Sunday drive.
I wouldn't want to be responsible for handling that much power on public roads. So we've got the track-focused Jesko. What about the Gemera? How does it differ from its more aggressive sibling?
The Gemera is a different beast altogether. Remember, it's Koenigsegg's first four-seater, so it's designed to be more practical and comfortable than their previous models. They call it a Mega GT for a reason.
So it's a supercar for the whole family. But you mentioned earlier that it's also a hybrid. What's the thinking behind that?
The Gemera represents Koenigsegg's vision for the future of high-performance cars, a future where sustainability and efficiency play a key role. It's their way of embracing hybrid technology without sacrificing the performance and driving experience that they're known for.
So what's under the hood of this hybrid hypercar?
It has a unique powertrain that combines a small but mighty three-cylinder engine, nicknamed the Tiny Friendly Giant, with 3 electric motors.
A 3-cylinder engine in a Koenigsegg. That doesn't sound very Mega GT to me.
Don't let the size fool you. This little engine packs a punch, producing around 600 horsepower on its own. Combined with the electric motors, the total output is a staggering 1,700 horsepower.
Wait, 1,700 horsepower from a 3-cylinder engine and some electric motors? That's incredible.
It is. It's a testament to Koenigsegg's innovative spirit and their ability to push the boundaries of what's possible with hybrid technology.
So the Gemera is clearly not your typical family car.
Hmm.
But can this family-friendly hybrid keep up with the Jesko on the track?
Well, it's not designed to be a pure track weapon like the Jesko, but it's still incredibly fast, with a 0-60 mph time of under 2 seconds and a top speed of around 250 mph.
Wow, those are still some serious numbers. It sounds like the Gemera is a true game changer. Combining supercar performance with everyday practicality and environmental consciousness, it's a car that can do it all.
It is. It's a car that can take you from 0 to 60 mph in the blink of an eye and then comfortably transport you and your family on a cross-country road trip. It's the best of both worlds.
Koenigsegg has certainly come a long way since that first prototype back in 1996. They've managed to achieve a level of success and recognition that most small car manufacturers can only dream of.
It's a testament to their vision, their determination, and their unwavering commitment to pushing the boundaries of automotive technology and design.
They've shown that it's possible to achieve great things when you combine passion, ingenuity, and a refusal to compromise.
Absolutely. Koenigsegg is a shining example of what can be accomplished when you dare to dream big and pursue your goals with relentless energy. Their story is an inspiration to anyone who's ever wanted to create something truly exceptional.
Well said. So we've talked a lot about Koenigsegg's successes, their innovations, and their drive to push the limits. But what about the challenges they faced along the way? Every company has its ups and downs, and I'm sure Koenigsegg's journey hasn't always been smooth sailing.
You're right, it hasn't always been easy. One of the biggest challenges for any small independent car manufacturer is simply staying afloat in an industry dominated by giants with deep pockets and vast resources. The competition is fierce, and the costs associated with developing and producing these high-performance cars are astronomical. Koenigsegg has had to be incredibly resourceful and strategic to not just survive, but thrive in this environment.
So how have they managed to navigate those challenges? What's been the key to their success?
I think it's a combination of factors. They've made smart decisions about which projects to pursue, carefully managing their finances and resources. They haven't overextended themselves, focusing on quality over quantity.
That makes sense. Their limited production runs contribute to their exclusivity, but it also means they can't afford any missteps.
Exactly. And let's not forget the technical challenges involved in building cars that can achieve the kind of performance Koenigsegg is known for. They've had to push the boundaries of engineering and material science, constantly innovating and experimenting to create cars that are both powerful and reliable.
We talked earlier about the CCGT, the race car that never was. And that must have been a major disappointment, a setback in their plans to enter the world of motorsports.
It was, but they didn't let it derail them. They learned from that experience, adapting and applying those lessons to future projects. It's a testament to their resilience and their ability to turn setbacks into opportunities for growth.
And then there was the attempted purchase of Saab back in 2009. What happened there? It seemed like a bold move, a chance for them to expand beyond their niche market.
Koenigsegg was very close to acquiring Saab from General Motors, but the deal ultimately fell through due to financing issues and concerns about Saab's long-term viability.
That must have been a tough pill to swallow. They were so close to becoming a major player in the mainstream automotive market.
It was a disappointment, but looking back, it might have been a blessing in disguise. Focusing on their niche as a producer of ultra-high-performance supercars has allowed them to maintain their exclusivity and control over their brand.
That's a good point. It's easier to innovate and experiment when you're not bound by the constraints of mass production.
Yeah.
They've been able to stay true to their vision, creating cars that are truly unique and groundbreaking.
Exactly. And it's allowed them to cultivate a loyal and passionate customer base who appreciate that commitment to excellence.
Speaking of customers,
Mm.
I'm curious to know what the ownership experience is like for someone lucky enough to own a Koenigsegg. These are cars that most people can only dream of.
From what I've gathered, it's an incredibly personal and rewarding experience. Koenigsegg goes above and beyond to ensure that their customers are happy, providing a level of service that's unparalleled in the automotive world.
That makes sense. When you're spending millions of dollars on a car, you expect a certain level of attention and care.
Absolutely. And Koenigsegg doesn't disappoint. They have a dedicated team that works closely with each customer throughout the entire process, from the initial design consultation to the final delivery. It's a collaborative journey, ensuring that the customer gets the car of their dreams.
So it's more of a partnership than a traditional buyer-seller relationship.
Exactly. It's about building a lasting relationship with the customer and making them feel like they're part of the Koenigsegg family.
That's a pretty cool approach. It sounds like owning a Koenigsegg is as much about the experience as it is about the car itself.
It is. It's about being part of something special, something exclusive, something that most people will never have the opportunity to experience. It's about the passion, the craftsmanship, and the pursuit of automotive perfection.
It's clear that Koenigsegg has left an undeniable mark on the automotive world. They've gone from a small, ambitious startup to a global icon of performance and innovation. And they've done it their own way on their own terms.
They've shown that with passion, determination, and a refusal to compromise, anything is possible. Their story is a testament to the power of dreams and the unwavering pursuit of excellence.
Well said. Koenigsegg's journey is truly inspiring. And with their commitment to innovation and their willingness to embrace the future, I have no doubt that they'll continue to push the boundaries of what's possible in the automotive world for years to come.
I completely agree. Their story is far from over. And I, for one, can't wait to see what incredible machines they'll dream up next.
Well, Vintage Car Chronicles fans, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of Koenigsegg. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through the realm of high-performance supercars and gained a deeper appreciation for the passion, innovation, and craftsmanship that goes into creating these automotive masterpieces.
And remember to tune in to new episodes of Vintage Car Chronicles available daily on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, and YouTube. There's always a new adventure waiting for you in the world of automobiles.
Until next time, keep those engines revving and those dreams alive.